I don't remember how to podcast.
I don't
It's
either.
been a
It's
solid
2 fucking weeks. Yeah. Has it only been a week and a half?
It's probably been 2 weeks.
I feel like it's been a month.
Feels like.
I just seen the sun for the first time.
Feels like.
That's what it feels like. Is that a song? Did I just make that up?
I don't know.
I think it's a song. I didn't just make that up. Sorry, guys. Hey, listen.
We're trying some shit.
Yeah.
Our shelves are no longer shelving.
Yeah, those L brackets, they held up for years.
They held up for years. And in fact, they're still holding up this little tiny book.
Yeah.
But
but they could not hold up to a 9-year-old child.
you know, they're getting big. They're getting big. They're so strong.
They may or may not have bent the arm of the microphones. What were they doing in here, you say? Pfft, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
They have their own podcast.
I wish. They want one so bad.
Oh, who doesn't, you know?
Oh, God.
It's all fun and games.
I'm
till
really
you have to
sorry.
do the fucking work for it.
You know, nobody realizes how much work it is to do a podcast.
Yep.
I will say that. I will say that because people are like, well, I'm going to try that. And you're like, no, you know what? Don't do it.
Don't do it. You're going to time suck at least a month of your life and then try to kill yourself. But you know what? We made it out.
That escalated quickly.
Any minor inconvenience.
Yeah. Off a cliff.
Fucking off a cliff. Yes, 100%. Into traffic.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
God damn!
How's it going, Erin?
Oh, it's going pretty good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great now that you're back in town.
Girl.
Erin's back in town.
The girls are back in town. Ooh. Just me, though.
Yeah.
And my kids and my husband.
You were gone for too long.
Yeah. So that was my last goddamn, was that my children were shipped off to Texas, right? And I
Right.
was fucking living the child-free life. And
You
it
were.
was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I went to Philadelphia. And so then now that is my goddamn, Philadelphia was so fucking cool.
I'm jealous.
So much fun. Oh my God. My cousin lives in fucking Chinatown. So,
Oh, shit, that's awesome.
girl,
Best food
dumplings.
ever.
And
Oh,
the
stop
noodles,
it. Don't you
the
touch
handful
those dumplings without
fucking
me.
noodles. Oh, I burned the shit out of my mouth because
bet
I
you
was
did.
getting down on
I
dumplings.
bet you did. Were they soup dumplings? The,
Um,
like, hot broth?
it was
Gyoza? What were we talking?
something in chive. Garlic and chive. I don't know. It was fucking tits. Whatever was in there. It was bomb. And there was a little bit of liquid in it, but they weren't called soup dumplings. So I don't know if
They're
they
probably just
are.
called dumplings. Were they
soup dumplings.
steamed dumplings? That look?
I got them fried.
Ooh.
It's just a little slight crispies on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking titties. My cousin ordered a thing of it, and then the lady was like immediately we all sat down. He's like, we for sure want this, right?
yeah.
So get that started. And then when it came around to me, I was like, and then an order of that. And she was like, but you're getting an order? And I was like, yes. And
Yeah.
also an order?
But also, I want it for me.
But also, I'm going to be eating more than that. I need more
I don't
fucking
want 2
dumplings.
dumplings.
Yeah.
I want
it
all 6 or
yes,
whatever.
exactly. I want it all in my fucking face. Oh my God, it was so good.
Ugh.
They singled out Brandon. They gave him some little tiny kid scissors with bright green handles so that he could cut his noodles.
What the fuck?
I don't know. We all sat down.
Was he
and-
struggling?
I mean, no more than like I was.
I've
I
never
felt
gotten
like.
scissors at a
Yeah.
Chinese dumpling.
Well, it was
place.
like the noodles, because we have the soup too with the hand pulled noodles. So the noodles are super fucking
Were they
long.
like the 1,000-year-long noodles or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, where's one noodle?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never
basically.
ordered that, so.
Oh, well, that was like their specialty, right?
They
They were
come
all
with
made
scissors.
in the back there. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so then the lady brought out a bowl just to Brandon, though, and like put it down next to him, like, here you go, you white motherfucker. And we laughed, and he used them. He's like, these are actually really great.
Actually, you guys all want your own scissors.
Yeah, I got a lot of pictures of him using it. And then the lady was sitting at like the next table over, and she was like stuffing to-go bags or something, and she was just, facing our table or whatever. And Brandon, I was done with the soup. We were splitting it and splitting dumplings because
Yeah, it's definitely family style meal section.
yeah, but I had like pushed the bowl to him, like, you get down now, right?
Your
And
turn.
so he took the scissors and was just like chopping into the bowl to like cut up all the noodles, and the lady was watching. Brandon didn't
What
know.
the fuck?
Biggest fucking smile on her face, like, this motherfucker.
This idiot.
Yeah. Oh man, it was so fun. Oh, also, Philadelphia's right in the middle of a trash strike.
Yeah, I had so many questions when you were there, and I was like, she's not saying any of this, so it must be normal.
It had just started when we got there. Like, it started the day after we got there or something. So there was like one trash bag on the side, like
Yeah.
scattered throughout. It'd be like one, and then it'd be like 2 and
Yeah.
whatever. By the end we were leaving, there'd be like 4 or 5 trash bags around a trash can or something. So it's kind of like gross, but
Okay,
whatever.
yeah. It's
like,
bad.
Oh,
Or
I
it
know.
was.
Oh my God, it's still bad.
Is
Yeah,
it?
they're
Okay.
sending me videos and stuff now. It's like a block of fucking just trash.
I've heard that the mayor has like a barricade around her house so that nobody will throw trash on her.
Oh, I bet.
In front of her house, because that's what everybody wants to do, and
Yeah.
around like City Hall or something.
Yeah.
Why are they not doing the trash? Like, did they do they not have funding for like the trash people, or are they on strike?
The truck drivers want more money. They're on strike.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what was happening. I just knew the trash was piling up.
Yeah. No, I guess they're on strike. I don't know. Pay them more money. Nobody wants to do that job. They should be paid a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you could find some money in your budget somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're, whatever, doing their thing. But everybody, like, around town and stuff was saying that, like, oh, they'll give you $25 a bag if you bring your trash to City Hall.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
just chuck
talking
it on
about.
City Hall or whatever. I'm like, oh, I don't think they'll actually do that.
But do it.
Power to you, my friend.
Oh my God, I am so unhinged right now with everything going on in the world that, like, I fucking support it all. Like, I'm starting to realize my unethical ways and how I genuinely feel on the inside.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, I would do that.
Everything
I would do
around
that.
you is being, like, unfair, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
So I'm just over it.
yeah, your budget for X is a fucking $1 million,
Yeah.
but your budget for Y is 0. Like, but you need Y to survive. It's fucking stupid.
It is
like,
so stupid. Speaking of, do you want to hear my goddamn?
Sure do.
Well, as long as you were done with Philadelphia, because it just fits right in with this.
Oh, yeah. No, we're done. We walked around City Hall. I didn't see that much trash, but that was because I got there early, you know? So good luck, City.
Ooh! Yeah, it was all over my TikTok. It looked pretty rough.
Yeah.
This is what else is on my TikTok, which my goddamn should probably be that I was like dying in bed of the fucking bird flu or some shit. But it's not. I'm so mad right now.
Oh my God, why?
Everybody should be mad. Well, I don't know if everybody. But
so mad.
my dumb ass is watching the theater that is our government and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I've been so interested because the Department of Justice was supposed to do this, like, you know, investigation into the Epstein list, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm so mad.
Why?
Oh,
I haven't heard.
girl. Okay. So it just happened, like, on the 7th or something.
Yeah.
So yesterday? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they made an official statement after all of this. The whole campaign was like, we're transparency and we're going to release the Epstein files. Although Trump was kind of like, maybe we'll see.
Well, depending on who's on him is what we're going to...
We don't want to mess up any
depending,
lives.
you know?
Okay. We don't have to get into that part. But
Yeah.
anyway, so it was all this talk about, like, you know, there's all these videos and all this surveillance that we have to go through. There's a lot of people involved, so it's going to take us a long time to investigate this, is what they've been saying. And then they just came out and they were like, there is no client list. He committed suicide and there's no further reason to investigate. Those are the 3 points they told us. That's it. That's out of all of this hoopla, all this bullshit that they put us through, and that's what they're going to say. And I am so mad for every reason that you just stated. Like, everything is so unfair right now. And I could understand if you needed to keep some information private for some sort of fucking national security reasons. But I know this Epstein bullshit because I have a true crime podcast and I enjoy basic research, armchair research from the internet, and I know when to look for real shit versus the fucking Daily Mail. Like, I get it, and we use a lot of that shit in our podcast because we're here for entertainment purposes as well as to help spread awareness.
But
right?
we also understand.
I know
where
the rules.
Facts come
Right,
from.
right. And I have enough information to know that that's a crock of fucking shit, and that is a mode to protect the higher ups. And I'm so upset. I'm so upset by it all, and I know that it's normal, and I know that this
It's not, though. It's not normal.
I
It's
think
accepted.
I think it's been normal for a long time in the United States.
It's accepted.
Yeah.
But it's not normal. It's not right. It's not fucking average. It's
I'm
how
hoping-
we should fucking operate.
I know. I'm hoping with everything else going on that there'll be enough pressure that the people who have the power to make those right changes will do so. So I'm trying to not get too upset by it. But guys, my blood is boiling.
Yeah. Nobody wants to bite the hand that feeds them, though, so.
You know what? I'm about to shit on all their food so that they don't give a fuck who's feeding them. This is what I'm talking about, where I'm like concerned about my own morals. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I would be the one out there like, I got $20
Yeah. For every bag.
for every motherfucking bag. I've been saving up for it.
Yeah.
And I'd be doing TikToks and I'd be standing and they'd arrest my ass and I'd be right back out there the moment I got out.
Oh, man.
Talk about a woman scorned, you know?
Yeah, no shit. Oh, man. Well, that's really disheartening. It's also disheartening, like, Diddy got off for...
That's what I'm talking about. I'm so upset by
reasons.
so many things.
I can't wait. I wish I was rich enough to fucking do crimes, you know?
Honestly, I mean, it turns out if you have enough money, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
You can do whatever the fuck you want if you have
And, like,
enough
not
money.
even our judicial system will catch up with you.
But if you're poor,
you're fucked.
you're fucked, and a traffic ticket will send you to jail.
And also, they'll arrest your ass if you don't pay your federal taxes.
Yep. Yep.
If you miss, like, $1,000 payment or something.
Yep.
Yeah. It is infuriating. And I know we're here to forget about that, so we can move on. But it's a true crime podcast.
Right.
What the fuck? The DOJ,
Right.
the lady who was like, oh, they're all sitting on my desk right now, and it's a lot of information to go through. And she's like, guess what? There is no client list. Well, yeah, there's no quote unquote client list, but there's a fucking address book. There's surveillance of people going in and out. You can form a client list.
Yeah, that's what your eyes and your brain was supposed to make, was a list of the clients that you saw in and out.
I'm so happy you say that. My new favorite saying as a mom to tell my children is like, you have to use your eyes and your brain together.
That's a good one. My new favorite one is you need to use your brain, not my brain. Use your brain to do that.
Yeah, use your eyes and your brain together to do that.
Use your brain to look around. Where did you have your shoes last?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't need my brain to do that work for you.
Well, I had to start adding in your eyes and brain because they'd be like, where are my shoes? And they'd be looking right at them. And I'm like, you have to use your eyes and brain together.
Well, my original one was, I can't be the only one here with eyes.
Yeah.
So it checks out. It makes a lot of sense.
Right?
They do need to be used together.
So I feel like we need to just start treating our departments of everything like children.
Like fucking toddlers.
Yeah, like you gotta use your eyes and your brain. Like I get there's no client list. There's not gonna be a fucking list labeled client list.
Yeah, don't
and
be
this
a
is
fucking
your
idiot.
loophole. But
Top
like,
secret client list.
And you're just hoping we'll all go either that, or like I'm so deep in conspiracy world that like maybe they're just throwing shit at us to distract us for some other thing. And weird.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, tell me
You
about
wanna hear
murder.
about some murder?
Let's
Fucking lighten this bitch up.
with some murder.
With some
Was
murder.
it really that bad? I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Okay, let's do it.
Here on episode 350, girl. 350. 350. I'm going to tell you about Vitaly Kaloyev.
350.
Vitaly. That's his
Okay.
first name. Okay, so Vitaly was a 46-year-old architect from the Republic of North Ossetia, Alania, in Russia.
Okay, I was like, God damn, I don't know where that republic is at all.
I don't either.
Because
And it's
I'm American.
in Russia. Also, side note, this research is from Critty. Thank you.
Yay, Critty, our hero.
And she spelled out how to pronounce everything
She
for
treats
me.
us so well.
She really does. Although reading it, I was like, there's too many CCs in that.
My mouth doesn't make those sounds together.
Ossetia. Alania. Okay, so Russia. And he had been working in Barcelona since the summer of 2002. But we're going to go back in time now, okay?
Okay.
Vitaly married his wife, 43-year-old Svetlana, in 1991, only a year and a half after they met. And then they had 2 children. In 1994, they had Konstantin. And then in 1997, they had Diana. Konstantin was a rambunctious boy who liked to wrestle, and Diana was, as Vitaly described her, his little princess.
Aw.
Okay? Vitaly was a very successful architect until he broke his leg on the job in the mid-90s.
Ooh. Do you have to
know.
have your legs to be an architect?
Probably like look at the building and stuff. I don't know.
You can like crutch over.
You can
know?
like still wheel yourself in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thought you just needed like a drawing table.
He was like, it's over for me.
No, my career. See, this is a lie. He's told himself.
Well, so he was forced to step away from his career and focus on his recovery. And he ended up losing his contracting company in the process.
Oh, that sucks. So he just took a break and lost all his clients, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that fucking sucks. Don't we know how that goes on the Barnhouse?
Right. Svetlana was a successful manager of a bank, and the family was able to stay afloat during Vitaly's recovery due to her income. Okay?
Cool.
Once he was healed, Vitaly, being very eager to return to work, had accepted a 2-year contract to build a mansion in Spain in the year 2000.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. While being
We
away-
going to Spain.
We going to Spain. So he's like, I'm fucking out of here.
Leaving the motherland.
Mm-hmm. In Barcelona. Crushed it.
I'll be honest. You sounded like Mike Tyson.
That's what I was going for. I channel him.
I thought he was in the room with us.
Oh my God, Mike. So being away from his family for 2 years was going to be super difficult, right?
Oh, he's not taking the family.
Nah, he's
Oh,
like, I'm out of
shit.
here. You guys
Oh.
live here in Russia on your salary because you can.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go out to Barcelona and make some money for 2 years.
A single mom who works too hard.
Yeah. So he quit his job and he moved to Barcelona. His passion for his work took over and off he went to Barcelona.
Uh-huh.
Svetlana missed her husband, but they both had excellent work ethic and decided that this was going to be really good for Vitaly's career, and it's only temporary, so they'll all be together again soon, right?
Yeah.
Vitaly would spend hours a day talking to his family on the phone.
Aw.
Diana, being old daddy's girl, would talk to him for hours, telling him about literally everything that she could think of, and she would sing to him or recite nursery rhymes, just like on the phone constantly.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Right? Little fucking apple of his eye.
You set the phone down, walk away, come back. You're like, that was a great one, sweetheart.
Still fucking going, huh?
Okay, twinkle, twinkle. Oh, itsy bitsy.
Thinking about my daughter, who is the same age as this little girl. Well, my daughter's 5, this little girl was 4. But I'm like, oh, she can just fucking talk.
Yeah, I know.
She just talks the whole ride home. And I'm like, oh, you haven't taken a breath.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but I think I need a nap.
Yeah, I got 2 of those.
Yeah. So he probably did put the phone down a couple of times.
Allegedly.
Maybe. So Vitaly had only one brief visit back home during his 2-year contract, where his daughter had clung to him and was crying and begging him to take her with him.
That's so sad.
So sad. So Svetlana made efforts to get visas for the children so that the family could go visit Vitaly in Spain.
Aw. He's like, you guys can come.
Yeah, he's like, I just need to show you guys the country, right?
Yeah.
So the process took forever, and by the time the family had the proper documentation to visit Vitaly, it was June of 2002.
Okay. Oh, he's almost done.
He's almost done. He was like weeks away from finishing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So he's like, you guys, if you're gonna fucking come, you need to come now.
Yeah. Like, well, we got all the documentation, so we might as well.
Might as well take a trip to Spain, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, the original flights that Svetlana was planning on booking had been filled. And on July 1st, 2002, there was an unscheduled flight suddenly added for the evening, and Svetlana excitedly told Vitaly the news and promptly got the kids ready for their flight, which was going to leave in like 3 hours.
That's so weird. Is that how flights work in Russia in the 90s?
I mean,
2000s?
I think it's how flights work.
They just get added last second?
Yeah, they'll add flights and move them. It's like a bus.
They're like, oh, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah. Or if they're overbooked and stuff, then they'll add flights.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But Vitaly was fucking pumped, right?
Yeah.
His family's going to come visit him. He made plans to take his kids to the beach because they had never seen the ocean. Okay. And he couldn't wait to see his son's face when they saw the dinosaurs at the Paleontology Museum. Not to mention to hold his little baby girl, right?
Wait, they were going to see some dinosaurs?
They were going to see some dinosaurs at a Paleontology Museum. He was like, I got shit planned for my kids. We're going to have a good time.
I didn't know there were so many dinosaurs over there. I'm going to be honest, I don't know where any of the dinos are.
It's a giant landmass, I guess. Yeah. Well, Spain's not as giant as Russia is what I was thinking of. I was like, I'm sure there's lots.
There's got to be everywhere, right? Were they everywhere?
We don't know what's fucking under there. So, cut to a group of Russian school children who were originally supposed to catch a flight to Barcelona on June 29th as a reward for achievements made during that school year.
Okay.
These children were artists, gymnasts, musicians, scholars, and some just simply children of diplomats.
I'm really sad.
Why are you sad?
I just don't like
on account
where
of all
this
of the
is
children
going.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, they have all these children on board a flight.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's probably nothing bad happens in the air.
Not especially now.
Especially now. So these are the best and brightest children from the city of Ufa in Russia.
Okay.
Okay? Unfortunately...
Are they like the children of like important people?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But also, just some of them were like a talented musician.
Sure.
And they won an achievement through that year. Like, they're just talented kids who had won something, and also some probably paid their way.
Not to say there's anything wrong with that. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm just setting the scene.
In your head. Okay,
and a
like
motive, perhaps.
Interesting.
Okay.
I like that you think there's a motive.
So there doesn't have to be. I'm just laying the foundation.
You know. So, unfortunately, on the morning of the 29th, the driver of their bus had taken them to the wrong airport.
No!
Yeah. And they missed their original flight to Barcelona.
Okay. But not to worry, because there was another one added, right?
Well, they spent the next 2 days touring Moscow and while waiting for the travel company to arrange a new flight. And the unscheduled flight was added where it's Svetlana and her children, so all these kids could go on that one as well.
Okay.
This unscheduled flight was Bashkirian Airlines Flight 2937 with 60 passengers. There were 45 of the Russian school children, 12 parents and chaperones, and Vitaly's family.
Oh, wow, that's it.
and then 9 crew members. Yeah,
Wow.
but that's it.
They
were like,
for that trip.
you guys need to go to Barcelona? We're fucking on it. We're going.
I got a plane and 9 crew members.
Mm-hmm. So the flight left at 8:48 p.m. Moscow time and was due to arrive in Barcelona in 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not a bad flight.
No, not bad at all. The flight crew were called in to fly the route the same day, and they were all very experienced pilots. That's also not completely out of the ordinary to be called in that day.
Yeah.
Over an hour into their flight, a DHL cargo flight 611 with 2 crew members on board, a pilot and a co-pilot.
Motherfucking DHL. What are they doing out there?
What are they doing out
Fucking
there?
delivering some Amazon package.
In the skies, throw it. They left Bergamo, Italy, and they were on their way to Brussels, Belgium. Okay? The pilot and co-pilot were British and Canadian citizens, and they were fluent in English, which is the language used by air traffic controllers. Okay? So, easy peasy. Cut to Peter Nielsen. He was an air traffic controller working his night shift at Sky Guide in Zurich. It was 8 p.m., and he was in control of the airspace between the German-Swiss border.
Okay. What an appropriate name for an air traffic control company. Sky
Guide.
Guide. Sky Guide.
Oh, I'll be your Sky Guide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter was 35 years old at the time, and he had been working as an air traffic controller for the past 8 years.
Wow.
He was working his shift as usual when his coworker, the only other person who was there, went to go take a long lunch.
Mm-hmm.
This was common practice during the night shift, and nothing was out of the ordinary. There were typically 2 air traffic controllers on the night shift, as traffic was very slow, with only a few flights landing and a few passing through their airspace. Okay, so they're like, it's so fucking slow.
Yeah.
Right?
Go take your lunch.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need 2 of us up here. Who's on hoses?
I got it. Who's on hoses? Exactly. He's like, I got this shit, right?
Yeah. Go enjoy your life.
So at 11:10 p.m., the maintenance crew showed up to Peter's station to do some work on the radar systems, causing a delay in Peter's radar readings.
Mm-hmm.
At 11:25 p.m., the maintenance crew then said they needed to work on the telephone systems, causing them to be completely inoperable. The telephone.
Okay. Oh, great. This is a bad timing.
Weird.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's probably a good time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like how they do construction on freeways in the middle of the night. And you're like, who the fuck did this?
Yeah.
Why is it one lane?
Yeah. And when you're in it, you're like, this is bad timing.
What a terrible time. But when you're in bed, you're like, glad they're doing it now.
Yeah, exactly.
So immediately afterward, an unexpected flight entered Peter's airspace. It was a delayed flight that needed to land at Friedrichshafen Airport.
Right.
So Peter tried to call the airport so that he could pass the unexpected flight off to them. But with the telephones being down, he couldn't get through, right?
Oh, son of a bitch.
So Peter was going to have to guide the plane into the airport, and it would need to be done within the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then the Russian plane, filled with the gifted and talented children, entered Peter's airspace.
Mm-hmm.
Peter now had to watch 2 radar screens that were 3 feet apart, because his buddy was gone,
Mm-hmm.
with the Russian plane and the DHL on one screen, and the rando plane that needed to land on another screen.
Okay.
So he's got 2 situations to deal with.
Gotcha. He's like, ah, shit, we got busy.
Mm-hmm. The moment you leave.
Yeah, lunch hour rush. Dude, isn't that how it fucking goes? The moment you went on vacation, everything went to shit.
Right?
Yeah. And you're like, why?
So Peter directed his attention to the plane that needed to land, as the other 2 planes on his radar were over 15 miles apart and, at that time, safe.
Yeah.
The Russian plane and the DHL were on a collision course,
Oh, shit.
as they were both flying towards each other at the same elevation.
That's real bad.
That's not good.
No.
It's not good. Luckily, another air traffic controller at another location nearby noticed the conflict and immediately got on the phone to call Peter to let him know.
But his phones don't work.
With the phones not working, his call was unable to go through.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine watching that on the radar?
No.
Yeah.
So due to regulations, the other air traffic controller was not allowed to contact the pilots directly since the planes were not in his airspace. It's very, regulated.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah. Both planes were equipped with an onboard system called TCAS, Traffic Collision Avoidance System, which detects nearby aircraft and directs pilots on what actions they need to take to avoid a collision.
I feel like we all know too much about this because of the recent things that just happened in fucking whatever.
Yep.
DC.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That fucking Black Hawk crashed into it. Anyway, okay.
Exactly. That's what this is. So both plane systems activated within 5 minutes. The Russian plane's TCAS instructed them to climb, and the DHL systems were instructing them to descend.
Mm-hmm.
Peter was finally able to pass off the plane that needed to land, and he immediately noticed the conflict. Like, oh, right, that's done. Look over. Oh, fuck. Right?
Oh, motherfuck.
Yeah.
What are the odds, you know?
Right.
It seems really hard to, like, fly the exact same altitude. Is there, like, a standard cruising altitude?
Probably.
Like, to the fucking dot?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
Like,
like,
they go by increments. They're not going to be like, go to 322 or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up a number. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Huh.
So, in a panic, Peter got a hold of the Russian plane and told them to immediately descend due to traffic coming at their 2 o'clock position.
Oh, no. He told them to do the opposite of what their alert system told them?
He told them to do the opposite.
Oh, my God. Did they just even out?
So,
oh, my God.
The Russian pilots, despite having their TCAS system ordering them to climb, followed Peter's instructions to descend. And they looked out their window at the 2 o'clock position to see if they could see the other plane, right? Like, you should fucking see him coming. Which, by the way, okay, I was on a plane fucking 2 days ago or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Brandon goes, look, another plane. I look out. This motherfucker's coming screaming and hot from the left. Just right over us, it felt like. I'm sure we were like 1,000 feet apart or whatever it's supposed to be. But I was like, Jesus. Like, it was another big-ass fucking plane. Just
in the air?
Perpendicular. Yeah, in the air. Perpendicular. Fucking go. Just would have taken us straight through.
Erin, I think you almost died.
I mean,
I think there's been so many fucking budget cuts that people are just winging it in the sky.
That was also the flight where they're like, we're not going to let the flight attendants give any fucking drinks or anything because it's going to be a bumpy ride. And I was like, cool. How old is this plane?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So
wow, I've never seen another plane, like...
I have seen them, like, below, like, little guys, like Cessnas or something. I've seen them, like, down below.
There.
You're like, oh, look, a plane or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never seen one fucking above me, though.
Yeah, like a commercial? Was it a commercial one?
It was like a big-ass fucking plane.
Oh, my
Like,
God.
another of our plane just coming right at us.
Yeah.
He's coming right for us. But he was higher.
There's something.
Yes. Coming right for us.
The fucking
sky. Yeah. Yeah, and Brady was pretty casual about it, and I try not to panic in any situation, so I'm just like, that's cool.
And you're just watching it, like, with impending doom?
It went so fast.
Oh,
it went
God.
so fast. I was like, what? Holy shit, okay.
Did anybody else see it?
I don't know. No, I wasn't like, did you guys see that shit?
Oh, but you didn't, like, nobody else was like, wow, like, you know, sometimes you hear murmurs around you.
No, I didn't notice any. Yeah, there was children in front of me, so I just kept trying to reassure the dad that, like, you're doing fine.
Keep it up.
He's like, I'm so sorry. It's like, I don't care.
Do you want me to choke him from the back?
I dead-eyed his kid while I ate a chocolate chip cookie because his kid wouldn't stop turning around, staring through the crack at me, and I smiled the first couple of times and, like, waved and whatever, talked to him for a second, but then he just kept looking, and I pulled the cookie out.
Oh, no, mistake.
Just fucking dead-faced him, and he was like,
You're like, next I have a Prime.
Yeah, right? You want to watch YouTube?
Anyway, I'm just going to play some Minecraft. Oh, God.
It's the little things in life, you know?
Absolutely. I'm proud of you.
I thought so, too. So they're looking out. They descend as Peter instructed them to do, and they're looking out at their 2 o'clock, and they're like, let's see if we can see this other plane coming, right?
Yeah.
It was part of the Russian procedures to follow all of the system prompts unless directed otherwise by air traffic controllers. Where I guess literally every other pilot ever was instructed to follow the system prompts before the air traffic controllers to take out, like, the human element of it, right?
Like what we're experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Only one of them listened?
Well, the other one did as they were instructed to do, which is to follow the TCAS. And then the Russian plane was like, oh, listen to the air traffic controller.
Right.
So that's what I'm supposed to do. But Peter was mistaken.
And who needs universal rules in the air, you know?
You know?
Fuck
it. Who would need that?
Yeah.
Who would think?
Yeah. Especially if you're traveling internationally. You know, just a food for thought. Just a food for thought.
You're silly.
I know.
So Peter was also mistaken, and the DHL plane was approaching at the 10 o'clock position, not the 2 o'clock. So they're not even looking in the right direction to try
all
and...
bass-ackwards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
At 35,000 feet, at 11:35 p.m., the tail of the DHL plane severed the fuselage of the Russian plane in half.
Oh, no.
Over the town of Uberlingen in Germany.
Oh, my God. Over a
Holy
town?
Shit.
Oh.
Girl,
No.
this was only 44 seconds after Peter had warned the Russian plane of traffic. So
Jesus
like,
Christ.
hey, fucking,
Hey, watch
JK
it.
Duck,
What?
go down, bam.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All on board the Russian plane lost consciousness almost immediately due to the rapid decompression caused by the plane being fucking cut in half.
Yeah.
And the DHL,
Depressurized pretty quickly.
all that air left.
Yeah.
And the DHL plane's pilots struggled to regain control of the aircraft for 2 minutes.
Because they're missing their fucking tail. 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Fucking gliding this beast to the fucking ground.
No, 2
Yeah.
minutes?
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't know why I thought it was much quicker than that.
I think it takes a long time to fall.
That's
from up there.
insane.
Yeah.
That is not the way I want to go. Not for 2 whole minutes of
2
terror.
minutes, yeah. And they're conscious. They're trying to get it to go or to fly or to at least, I don't know, aim.
Oh my god. And you're like, it's not worth the packages on board.
Right.
Eject.
And I don't think they can eject.
I
those
don't think so
planes.
either. And also, there's a town below. Don't eject.
I mean, I'd
Try to
rather
land it
land
safely.
on someone's roof with a parachute than...
I mean, the plane, though. Then the plane crashes on someone's house like
Fair,
they did
fair.
in my fucking city.
Fair. Here.
Yeah.
So they were struggling for 2 minutes and then eventually crashed to the ground 4 miles from the Russian plane. All 71 passengers and crew on both planes died.
Oh my god.
There were no physical injuries reported on the ground.
Oh, good.
The crash lit up the sky that evening,
I'm fucking sure.
and the debris and mutilated bodies of the children on board
No.
littered the grounds
No.
of a boarding school for disabled children.
Oh my god, stop it.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? I need that leg.
Splat, 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 splat. What is that? Is it raining? Fucking boulders? That's insane.
That is so insane, and I'm trying not to laugh.
Because
Like,
it's
what?
awful.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I laugh when I'm uncomfortable.
I do too. But also, I'm like, it's kind of ironic. A bunch of school children landed on top of a boarding school.
Oh my god, and they're like disabled. That's so fucked up.
I needed that leg. Now I get it.
Yeah, that's why I was
used
stifling
that.
my laugh for a while. Like, that's fucked up.
That was pretty fucked up.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Horrible.
I cannot imagine.
So,
Wait, why were they raining from the sky? Did they explode up there?
yeah, they fucking split in half. So the plane
But you're
is
still
just,
not like trapped in your seat, falling to the ground in your fuselage.
I mean, they might have been at cruising altitude. Whoever's not buckled in.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
So,
Well, thank God they were like not aware as they were plummeting to the earth.
oh yeah, they were unconscious.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's raining body parts of
Raining
children.
bodies. Peter was taken from his post immediately.
Oh no, his whole family just fucking died.
No, not that.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
Vitaly.
Sorry,
This
my
is-
bad.
this
Who the
is
fuck is Peter?
Peter's the air traffic
Oh,
controller.
Duh.
They were like, hey man,
Sorry.
I think it's time for a break.
I think you're done here.
You want to just come outside? So he was taken from his post immediately, and an investigation took place to analyze his actions prior to the accident, right?
Oh my god, I bet he feels so bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I could only imagine.
right.
In the early hours of July 2nd, 2002, Vitaly eagerly went to the airport to
No.
await his family's
He
arrival.
didn't know. They didn't tell him. They weren't like, hey, bud.
That plane's not coming.
Yeah.
No, he got there and he was like, can't wait to see my little baby princess. And then he looked at the fucking board and it was like, delayed.
Yeah. Forever.
Indefinitely. Yeah, delayed. And he learned while he was at the airport, when the reporters and everybody started to show up, he learned what happened to his family.
Oh
on that
my
plane.
god, that's how he found out?
Vitaly immediately caught the next flight to Uberlingen, where, despite advice of officials, he participated in the search and recovery of the victims.
No.
Vitaly
No.
first found a broken pearl necklace
No.
that he recognized as a gift he bought for his daughter. And then nearby, he found her body intact,
Oh.
although she had suffered burns on her face.
Hmm.
What was left of the bodies of his wife and son were found days later. But he found his fucking daughter.
No.
I couldn't imagine.
That's horrific.
To put yourself through that, like,
I couldn't even be in the room when they put my dog down.
right,
Like, no.
right. How
And I watched a lot of
fucking
people
horrible.
die, but not my own babies.
So
No way.
thousands of people showed up to comb through the 130 square mile debris field
What?
to collect wreckage and bodies.
Oh my God.
Sky Guide, the
130 miles.
130 miles.
That's insane.
Fucking square. Yeah.
Huh.
Sky Guide, the air navigation service provider that Peter worked for.
They're like, nothing to see here. We followed all protocol.
I think they knew that things were a little off.
Yeah.
But they kept Peter's identity private. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he never worked as an air traffic controller again and was instead put on clerical work within the company.
Ah, he got a desk job.
He got put on the desk.
You know what, though? I bet after that you're like, I'm good with just some crunching some numbers.
You know, I never want to go back up in that tower.
No, yeah, that was traumatic.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Vitaly spent his days creating shrines in his home dedicated to his family.
Oh my God, okay, sad.
Yeah. Filled with their photos, their possessions, and gifts he had collected for them. He also built a large monument and shrine in honor of his family. And by 2003, the 1-year anniversary of the accident was coming up, and news came out about the lead up to the crash and how the air traffic controller had played a part in the cause of the collision.
Oh,
but
God.
that they weren't solely responsible.
Okay.
Like, yeah, there was some human error involved, but it wasn't just that. Like, you know, the phones were down, this and that.
Right.
There
like
was
it was
all
the
that.
perfect storm.
Exactly.
Oh my God, what'd he do?
Vitaly had noticed that the CEO of Sky Guide was in attendance at the memorial service.
Oh no.
And he asked him if he could have the name of the air traffic controller from that night, as Vitaly felt he was owed an apology.
Yeah.
He was like, "What's this? I just want to talk to him.
Bare minimum.
Just want to talk to him." Yeah. The CEO was like, "No, I can't do that. I'm not going to give you his name." So Vitaly continued to be haunted by the loss of his family, and he spiraled into a deep depression, followed by a nervous breakdown. And then he decided to hire a private investigator to find the air traffic controller.
Oh no. Oh no. I thought he was going to do something to the CEO.
Right.
I was like, we got a little Luigi Mangione.
Nope. He's going right for the source.
All right.
So within months, Vitaly knew the name and location of Peter.
Oh
and
my God.
made plans to visit the man he held responsible for the death of his family.
Oh my God. Okay.
And on February 24th, 2004, Peter was watching TV with his wife while their 3 children played in his home in Cloton, Switzerland.
Oh my God. And he's like, 30. Not Switzerland. No. Not our friendly neighbors.
The peaceful ones.
Yeah. Wait, and he's like 34, 35 at this time?
He was 35, so he's like 37.
Okay.
Yeah. She got up to do house chores, and Peter noticed a disheveled-looking man in the yard.
Oh, God.
And so he went outside to see who it was.
Hey, can we stop answering the door for, like, people?
They didn't even fucking knock. He was just like, "Oh, that man's in the yard. Let's go see what he could... what could you possibly need? Do you need a glass of water? Maybe some tea? I don't know, right?"
Lock the fucking doors. That's our generation, though.
100%.
Like,
A disheveled man. Let me get on the phone with 911.
They're like, did you ask him to leave?
Yeah. No, your car broke down? I'm fucking sure it did.
Yeah, get out of here.
You're not gonna rob me.
No, I didn't order pizza.
Yeah.
Get out of here with your DiGiorno.
So Vitaly approached Peter and showed him photos of his wife and children in their coffins. And Peter, pushed the photos away from his sight, right?
Oh my God, poor Peter.
And then Vitaly stabbed Peter several times in the stomach.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Poor Peter, man.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you fucked up, and that sucks, but, come on.
Yeah.
Oh my
You don't
God.
think Peter's fucking haunted by that
I
shit?
know. Yeah.
He killed 71 people.
That's
not
insane.
directly, but...
Right. His actions.
Yeah. So Vitaly speaks of this action as not revenge, but justice for what Peter had done to him and the other families of the victims.
Isn't revenge for justice? Or no? I don't know. I'm
I
just
guess depends how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
I guess revenge feels more negative, where justice feels more like, oh, now it's even. And revenge is
yeah.
you want more. You want a little fucking piece of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it is kind of the same.
Yeah.
Either way,
on how
he
you
was
look at it. You're right.
No, it's justice. It's not revenge.
Yeah. Pfft, don't try to put your labels on me. I know what I did and why.
Right?
It was for justice.
So Peter's wife immediately called the police.
Yeah.
But Peter died shortly after the stabbing in the arms of his wife.
Oh my God.
While his children watched on.
That's horrible. This is a terrible story. They
Yeah,
all
it
are.
is.
But Jesus, my heart.
Bad.
There's too many kid stuff.
Peter was 36.
Oh, okay.
Vitaly went back to his hotel room and was arrested by Swiss police shortly after.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
No, he wasn't hiding either. He's like, this is where I am. This is my fucking flight here.
Yeah.
The legal proceedings took forever due to the unprecedented circumstances of this case.
They were like, well, what would you do?
I mean, he seemed kind of justified. He did say it was justice.
I think I'm going to move to Switzerland.
Unless you're going to get stabbed.
Well, I mean, you know.
So many families of the victims came out against Vitaly's actions, including Alexander Savtizchuk, who also lost his wife and 2 children in the crash.
Yeah, they recognize it was like a perfect storm of all. Yeah.
It's not Peter's fault.
No.
He
was doing his job the best he could.
He was doing his job, and he fucked up.
Yeah.
That shouldn't cost anybody their lives if you fuck up your job, but
really all he fucked up on was the 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Well, and the descent to go against the TCAS.
Yeah, but didn't you say that was their rules for the Russians?
Well, so the TCAS told the Russians to go up and the DHL to go down, and then Peter came on and told the Russians to also go down. So then they're both going down, and then he was like, oh, by the way, look for him over here, and then they were over on the other side. So he messed up 2 times.
I wonder why he didn't tell, in my mind,
the DHL to go up.
Yeah, in my mind, that's what happened.
I don't know if he told the DHL to go up or not, but their protocol is to follow TCAS, no matter what.
Right.
And the Russian plane's protocol was to follow air traffic controller. So had he not said anything, they would have been fine.
But, like, is he in the wrong for doing that, though? If he's coming on and he sees, oh, no, there's a situation I need to handle. If he told the Russians to go down and DHL to go up, it went against TCAS, right? I don't know if he has that information. But if he doesn't and he thinks he's handling it and then there's different protocols in the air, that's not his fault is what I'm saying.
No, I agree.
So then he's not in the wrong. That's him doing his job.
That should be a universal rule, kind of like you said earlier.
Right.
Listen to TCAS or listen to the air traffic controller.
So then I would feel that he's only in the wrong on the 10 and 2 o'clock was my whole point.
Yeah. But I wonder if he has access to their TCAS systems.
I don't know.
You know? If he could have been like, oh, wait.
I feel like he wouldn't have made that decision if he did, though, right?
I mean, if he was in a panic and trying to do it quickly, you might not have been able to look real quick and seen like, oops, this one's going up. That one's already going down or whatever.
I gave them the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Like got all mixed up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
On October 26, 2005, Vitaly was convicted of premeditated killing, which is basically worse than manslaughter, but not quite as bad as, like, straight-up murder.
Okay.
He was sentenced to 8 years in prison, and in 2000...
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
In 2006, the Swiss Supreme Court reduced his sentence to 5 years and 3 months.
Oh, my God. I'd be really mad if I were Peter's family.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. That's really sad, but, like, you still committed a crime.
Mm-hmm.
A murder.
And then in September of 2007, 4 middle managers at Skyguide were convicted of negligent homicide in connection to the crash. 3 of which were given suspended prison sentences, and 1 was ordered to pay $11,800.
4 people from Sky?
Yeah, 4 people from Skyguide.
They were found.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was like the phones shouldn't have been down at the same time as this or whatever.
Gotcha.
Like that kind of.
Like all the perfect storm.
Yeah.
There were 4 people eventually held responsible for that.
Scheduling and all of this was not good.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
Due to privacy laws in Switzerland, their names were not released.
Well,
which is probably for the best.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it.
Vitaly was granted parole in 2007. However, an appeal kept him behind bars until November 8th of 2007. He served only 3.5 years in prison. Vitaly returned to his home in the Republic of North Ossetia, Alania, in Russia, where he was met with crowds of people who labeled him as a hero and a real man.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's fucking culture for you, right?
Many in the community viewed the murder as a heroic act, and avenging the death of his family was not only courageous, but was an act of love.
Wow.
Yeah. This was not met well with the people of Switzerland.
Sure.
Who were angry that not only was Vitaly released early, but he was celebrated when he got back to Russia for killing one of theirs.
It's pretty fucking awful. Yeah.
Russia didn't give a fuck.
Nah, I don't think they give a fuck about a lot of things.
Mm-mm. They're like, way to go. You did great back there.
I think that might be a product of their culture.
Yep. So they appointed Vitaly to the Deputy Minister of Construction of the Republic. So they're like, I don't know, fucking bring him back, open arms, you're a hero, gave him a raise, great job.
Jesus Christ.
When Vitaly returned to Uberlingen for the 10-year anniversary memorial in 2012, he was detained by German authorities and ordered to pay the Swiss government for the cost of his imprisonment.
Oh, that's interesting. It was very brave of him to travel after that. I would think that they're like, you can go, but you can never come back, you know?
Oh, right. I mean, that's not how it's supposed to be, though. Like, you go to prison, you do the sentence, you've done your time. Like, it's washed away from there. It's all clear, right?
Also, was he in prison in Switzerland?
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. And then so he's in Germany, so different.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But
I guess. Except for Germany was like, nah.
Germany was like, we'll arrest him.
Niche.
They were asking him to pay the equivalent of like $157,000.
Oh, wow.
For his imprisonment.
Okay.
Right?
But he got a raise, so.
Well, he was also like, fuck you, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay that.
For sure.
And Russia sent diplomats to get Vitaly released and escort him through Uberlingen. Vitaly missed the memorial service due to being arrested.
Oh, shit.
A year later, in 2013, Vitaly married an engineer named Irina Dzarasova. And Vitaly held the Deputy Minister of Construction position until 2016, when he retired. In 2018, Vitaly and Irina welcomed twins into their family, a boy and a girl.
He started over.
Mm-hmm. And Vitaly is quoted making this statement about the murder. I don't really take offense at people who call me a murderer. People who say that would betray their own children, their own motherland. I protected the honor of my children and the memory of my children. He's nobody to me. He was an idiot, and that's why he paid for it with his life. If he'd been smarter, it wouldn't have been like this. If he'd invited me into the house, the conversation would have happened in softer tones, and the tragedy might not have happened.
I wonder what happened on that front lawn.
Now, I wonder what happened on that front lawn, too, because if I saw a disheveled man outside, I might be like, hey, man, what's going on? And if you just immediately come up at me and you're like, look at the pictures of death and stuff, and you are a person who has inadvertently killed 71 people, you might be like, whoa, like, what the fuck, man? Like, right. I'm dealing with this on my own. Like, what are you doing? And you might not know that that's a father of somebody, so it's kind of like, get the fuck away from me.
Like, hold up.
Yeah. You're also a person who went through a tragedy, right?
Right.
But if Vitaly was like, hello, man, I have a moment of your time to talk about
my dead family that you helped kill?
Yeah.
Inadvertently.
Yeah. My, I don't know, entire life.
Listen, I'm going to stereotype here, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that a disheveled Russian man who has vengeance in his blood was not exactly ready for a conversation.
It was justice, not vengeance.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and assume I'm definitely stereotyping.
I would also assume that he came in hot. And that's
probably 100%.
Why
That's the only way you kill people.
It got escalated. Yeah, because you don't have to be disheveled either, you know? Like, were you up all night? Were you pacing? Was this like you're kind of out of your mind a little bit?
Yeah.
Or was this like, hey, man, let me get you on the phone first so that I can have a conversation with you over coffee?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like a series of very unfortunate events have occurred.
Yeah. And also, he had a knife on him. Like, you don't...
He's ready.
Go...
Well, he's also a Russian man, see? That's what I'm saying. I'm stereotyping real hard right now.
You really are.
But also, you find a cowboy, he's got a buck knife on him.
Sure. But if I was going to go meet someone who I thought potentially
I might
fucking gank, I'd probably leave my weapons at home because I'd be like, that's a bad idea.
I think it was premeditated, like you said.
Give myself not the option, you know?
Yeah. I kind of think he had it planned. And like his statement is just like after, like, look, I'm so celebrated. If he just would have come to me, like, whatever. Mm-hmm. But he can't say anything because he's dead.
But also, pushing someone's pictures away, like, holy shit, Jesus Christ, does not warrant a stabbing.
No.
Like, if he was like, dead pictures, and just started fucking wailing on him, then sure, stab him.
Yeah.
But if he's just like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh, God. Who knows? Like, that's fucking rough. That whole story sucked, though. There's, no justice for anybody.
No, everybody fucking died.
Because, I can understand his
anger.
And
hurt.
Wanting to justify his children's and family's death and vengeance and all of that. I understand that at a human level.
Wanting the conversation with the person.
Right.
I would want the conversation. I probably wouldn't, but I could understand wanting that conversation. Some kind of closure on it or something.
Right.
To know that person, I don't know, has beaten themselves up for the past couple of years and is upset about it and,
And
it was a big fucking time in their life, too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That'd be interesting to know, like, how that all went down. And also, what was Peter's demeanor about it all? Like, was he kind of a hothead about it? Which I can't imagine, but who knows? You know,
Right.
like, if he was like, well, it wasn't my fault, whatever.
Yeah.
Because then I understand wanting to stab somebody.
He's probably pretty neutral about it.
Yeah.
Aren't the Swiss? But
stereotypes.
That's what we do here.
Keep 'em up. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
That's awful. Well, goddamn.
Thanks, Critty.
Yeah, thanks,
for that one.
Critty.
That was a very good one.
Let's do it's my case next week. I'll try not to pick children.
Yeah, thanks.
And body parts raining down on disabled children. Like, that's like the doublest whammy I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
proud.
fucked up.
I am proud with the maturity that we handled that.
You did. I didn't know what you had said until
Anyway.
after. Great joke.
Oh my god. If you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to our case, you should go to our social media. We're on Instagram, Face, X, and TikTok.
Just face.
Just face.
FaceTime.
This has been my life, is like I say part of the word, or I say like I said earlier, whatever the fuck I said. I mixed it up and I'm like, I don't know. My brain's here though. Facebook, in case you were curious what the face was. TikTok and X, our handle is at ISGD Podcast. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or you can snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
9.
But also email or text or get into contact with us somehow if you send something, because I haven't been there all summer.
So there's that. Bye, guys.
Bye.